Hey everybody, and welcome back. We've got 81 science from our last mission, and I'm going to go spend it. Let's see here. General rocketry costs 20. Okay, so I don't have enough for electrics, but I could get general rocketry and advanced rocketry or general construction. General rocketry, okay, I get some new engines, a fairing, hangar thingy. Now these hangars are pretty useful because they allow you to put another ship, another spacecraft on to your rocket, but that spacecraft isn't activated in the physics engine until you open the hangar. And so you can have a really complicated multi-stage mission like you could put an entire Apollo capsule inside there and it would not activate the physics simulation for that until the hangar was opened up in space, which would make it possible to launch parts or launch rockets with thousands of parts. But I'm going to go ahead and get general rocketry. I don't really need those engines, but we do need to progress. Um, Now this is the kind of rocketry that can take us to the moon. And if we go to the moon, we're going to get all kinds of science. So I think our next mission is going to be a moon flyby. So let's go ahead and start this from scratch. Oh, and the question becomes, do we want it to be a manned mission or not? Let's make it a manned mission. Kerbal, a Kerbal mission. Okay, we're going to start checking these things out because we got life support to worry about. We've got all kinds of other stuff to worry about as well. So we're going to make sure that this is going to be our last stage. I believe it actually already has a decoupler, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. So I don't actually need this decoupler. What I do need is a heat shield. And we're going to need the full heat shield because we're going to be coming back in from the altitude of the moon. And the moon, and that means we're going to be going really fast. Okay, we're just going to have a little engine here. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the swivel. This might be too little, actually. I mean, 751. Let's double that. Okay, this will be our first stage. We're still going to need to do a bunch of science. And in order to do all that science, we are going to need the Science Junior. And I think we're going to need a service bay. And we will jettison those. We won't need to land with those because I'll have a scientist on board. Bob will be coming with us to make sure that I can collect all the science from that Science Junior. But let's zoom in here. We can put 2 thermometers, 2 barometers. Oh, I guess we're going to be doing goo as well, huh? And again, having a scientist on board. I can never remember how to rotate those things. We only really need 1 goo container. But I'll take 2 just for balance. Okay, let's put some batteries in here because now we have to worry about electricity. Ouch. Okay. Well, this... Ow! Oh, my gosh, that's big. Okay. That is quite a large life support thing. Go ahead and put 4 batteries there. And... why won't it let me mirror that? I don't know, but... again, I'm having trouble with the rotation. Okay. Is that our best recycler? Well, we're definitely going to need some parachutes. Well, we're going to need 2 parachutes. We're going to need that one, and we're going to need this one. We want to be careful not to block the exit there. Oh, this is going to need to be rotated so that when it opens, it doesn't. I mean, the game will allow me to rotate it right through the spacecraft, but I want it to come out kind of like that. Okay. And what? Oh, do we need to be able to communicate back to Kerbin? I guess that could be handy. Go ahead and put that on there. And this as well. And we're probably going to need some solar cells in order to recharge our battery. And those are going to take up a lot. Here we are with life support. So we have the Lynx life support canister. No. Life support bag. Okay, that gives us more water and stuff. If we're going to go to Minmus, we're going to need like 2 months of life support. So I think we'll probably just go to the Mun for now. And that's going to be way too much. There. Just plop that right on top. And that will be nice. And we'll pop the waste right on top of that. We'll get some aerodynamics going here. Oh, I guess we could just put our parachute there and then skip this one. Let's show that. Apply the settings for our parachutes to make sure that they actually do slow us down enough. And this is going to be our drogue chute. Okay. Drogue chute, main chute. Drop that off. Drop that off. Okay, looks like we're good to go. Let's build out this rocket. Oops, that's the big stack decoupler. We need a slightly smaller one. Now we're going to go with some fuel tank. I'm going to go with the fuel tank expander. No. Why? Well, it gives us the fuel tank expander, but it doesn't give us any... Oh, that's the only bigger fuel tank it gives us. So I just have to, like, make copies of it. I mean... Okay. And what is our biggest engine? 204, 300... Yes, this is our biggest engine, which still gives us a thrust-to-weight ratio of 1.7. And I feel like we need to kind of close this out a little, because that engine is actually not as big. There. And we have a symmetrical rocket. Oops. We're going to need some side boosters. Those are the bigger ones. We're going to need like 6 of them. And I believe these are... Oh, those are too big. That gets us too far. Too much. I don't even think those are too big for that side container to hold onto, the little decoupler to hold onto. Let's try these bigger decouplers, and maybe just 3 of them. Because I just don't like them. Those are huge! Huge! Maybe we don't, like, maybe this is enough. How far does that get us? That doesn't get us quite far. And another thing we can do... Oh, we're going to need an inline reaction. Which... yes. Because... Oh, and I still need solar panels. Let us not forget solar panels. I forgot that that pod does not have any inline reaction. Okay. And we still need solar panels. Oh, I don't have solar panels yet. Oh, no. I don't have solar panels. I do not have solar panels. All of this, I'm going to call this the Mungoer 1. And I'm going to remember that I don't have solar panels yet because I haven't gotten electrics. So what can I do to get a bunch more science without solar panels? Not a whole lot. It's really difficult to get science. Boy, I am instantly regretting how I spent my last bit of science. I thought I don't know, I just forgot that I'm going to need solar panels somehow. And I'm really regretting those science purchases I just made. Ooh, boy. So right now I think I have like 20 science or something. I have 16 science. And in order to get the first batch of solar panels, which is here, those are not even the good ones, I need 84 science. And how do I get that? How much science can I get by building a high orbit? And I cannot do that with a manned craft because I don't have life support. Without life support requires battery power, just too much battery power. So what if I just build, can I maybe just pack an unmanned probe with so many batteries that it can get to the moon and maintain contact the entire time? I might be able to do that. I'm going to call this Moonshot. You fit 8 batteries right there. 8 batteries right there. I wonder how long that will last us. It doesn't tell us. There's no way to know. I'm going to have to transmit the science back, which is going to heat up the batteries real quick. So for short range comms, one of those for long range comms, pressure, temperature, that thing, which I will just put up here on the nose because you're not coming back anyway. Once you're in space, you're done. Can I get 80 from the moon? Probably not. If I could cover it with mystery goo and get it to actually land again. Okay, never mind. You know what? We need this baby to land. We need this baby coming home in order to get the amount of science that we need. So we're going to need a drogue chute. We're going to need a separator. Oh, and we're going to need a heat shield. And actually, we can still keep this guy on top. There's nothing wrong with that. We don't need two drogue chutes though. We just need one. And we need a regular size chute on this side. Ooh, that's big. And we need to make sure, let's see, this is the main chute. Got it. This is the drogue chute. Got it. And honestly, staging is good. Now we're going to need another stage below this one. Oh, yeah. Oh, but let's not have this. Let's put this here. And we're going to customize. That's just going to activate. And I'm just going to hope that we have enough battery power to get us to the moon. Don't need any thermal devices. We are going to need some steerable wings. Yeah, let's just have those while we're in the atmosphere. Oh, need some nose cones, but not that big. Okay. I can scale those up just a little bit. And then I can still fit 8 of these on there and 8 of those, but I can also fit, they're a little bit not straight, There, we can make them straight. There we go. And that's all you have to bring back is all that stuff. Oh, but if I put the... Ooh. This has to be on here. Otherwise, I won't be able to communicate after I jettison this part. And I just have to make sure that I stage it after re-entry someplace close to a communication. Man, this game gets super hard real quick if you play with all the crazy mods that all the things I have to think about. I get to think about. Not that I have to think about them, because I could just uninstall those mods. But I want to think about them. Please just give me 75 or however many science it was that I needed. I have 16, I need 84. Right. Can I get to the moon with this? I think that's enough. 45 delta V. I used to have a map that shows you how much it takes. I do need to come back from the moon, though. Well, the worst that happens is I don't get there. And then I have to try again and build a new ship. Alright, so let's go ahead and target the Mun. Now, the best time is when the Mun is, like, here-ish. If you place yourself... Oh, no. Which one am I? Okay, I'm here. Okay, this would be not a good time to launch to the Mun. So I'm going to go ahead... Oh, let's keep an eye on our power. You know what? Tell you what I'm going to do. Oh, we will recharge the batteries while we're taking off. Because that's right, we can recharge the batteries by running our engines. Checking the staging one more time. Combine those. Good to go. Oh, I didn't check the thrust to weight ratio. Hopefully it's not... Oh, it's pretty fast. Okay. It's pretty fast. We're going a little bit too fast. That is a fact. That's okay, though. I think we'll be fine. It's a little bit of wasted delta V, but... something's wrong with the model on that engine, or is it supposed to do that? We're only at 10,000. Okay, we've got a little weird thing right here. Oh, not all the engines are perfectly... Okay, apoapsis is now 32,000 meters. Our actual altitude is 22,000. Oh, target this. Just target Kerbin. Yep. That's when we're going to really start using our electricity, is when we have to activate that. And I think we have to leave it active all the time. Oh, I wasn't planning on already being on that third stage, or second stage, dying so quickly. Apoapsis is here. We're going to go ahead and add a maneuver. This is the first time I've actually been using this maneuver thing. This is going to be too early. Yeah, that's too early. Okay. We need to circularize our orbit first. Oh, magnetometer scan. Transmit that science back. How much electric charge did that use? Okay, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Okay, we are in space, so we are going to wait till we are just about pointing. Once you're in an orbit, you want to do your moon boost. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I'm fairly confident at this point that, yep, we do not have enough to get to the moon. So the best that I can do right now is get into high space orbit and collect a little bit of science. In space high, up here. which I don't even know where that starts exactly, but I'm going to go ahead and boost myself up. It's definitely less than 400,000. We don't even have to transmit it back because we're going to land. How long is that fuel? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not going to make it to the moon using up electrical charge at that rate. I'm going to have to either do some kind of burn or otherwise slow down. Okay, we want our periapsis to be about 30,000 feet. And we're just going to go ahead and test our landing idea here. We can go ahead and toggle the magnetometer, bring that back in. And we're not coming in at nearly the speed that we would be. Oh, I just lost a bunch of my science data because I didn't transmit it. And that doesn't look like my heat shield. I did have a heat shield on there. I feel like I'm missing something here. Where's my heat shield? Well, I survived that. I would not have survived that if I was coming back in from a lunar reentry. So now that is what a drogue chute is supposed to look like. All right. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Little tiny drogue chute. I love it. Big main chute. So our altitude, so the terrain here is at about 500, 600 meters, but we're only 300 from the ground. I guess we can get rid of this drogue chute. Oh, I guess I can't get rid of it. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Oh, you can't. Okay. It won't allow me to get rid of it for some reason. All right, we need a much more powerful rocket, and boy, do we need some way to generate power. 37. We've doubled our science, but we have a lot of work to do here. Okay, so that will help a little bit, not a lot, but it will help. Let's see, our thrust to weight ratio is way too high on these. Let's put these at like 70. That'll be better. Oh, I put the heat shield on the bottom of the separator. That is exactly like something that I would do. That's where our heat shield went to. So I have the Terrier liquid fueled engine on there, which I do not believe has a generator on it. No, it does not. Now, if I was to replace it with a sparkler, it does generate. Okay. If I think the sparkler is like ridiculously weak, right? 7 newtons. It's half, which means that I'm going to be generating 0.5 Gs, but that's actually enough? And is it more efficient? Oh, it is. And I just gained 400. I could put another stage on there. What happens if I just put one more stage? I mean, as long as we're getting crazy here. But that gives me even less somehow because my staging is not correctly lined up. Okay. That's going to go, and that's going to fire. That's going to go, and that's going to fire. Okay. Now we're at 5,500 with a lot of extra stages, and they're kind of awkward looking. Oh, but this has... These are filled with fuel. I don't need fuel in those. Those are just like placeholders because that no longer is attached to anything. So now I'm up at 6,000, and that is enough. I am confident that that is enough. And I made sure those sparkler engines will refuel everything. Let's try this again. Okay, here we are. Oh, I have 2 antennas now because I duplicated that part and I forgot that the antenna was part of it. Got to keep an eye on our electrical charge. Keep an eye on our available experiments, but let's do this. Okay, that is a much more reasonable takeoff speed than we had last time. That's how it should be. It should be a very reasonable speed. Solid fuel is being depleted. It gets us up to about 300 meters per second. We have our weird engine effects going on here. I don't know why that doesn't work. See, we're going to be going through the thickest part of the atmosphere here nice and slow. Much slower than we were last time. See, we're barely accelerating and I'm at 100% thrust. But that acceleration will pick up as we get higher in thinner altitude and or thinner atmosphere, and also as we use up that supply of fuel, which makes our entire spaceship a little bit lighter and a little bit easier to push. But we are still only at 16,000 meters, so I'm keeping the steering pretty conservative. Gonna stay kind of. Don't want to deviate too much out of the direction. How do you show the aerodynamic forces? That's the temperature overlay. Ah, that's okay. Don't know what that does. All right, Apoapsis is at 50K. We're at 32K. Let's turn over and go straight east. I still haven't set the moon as my target. We need to fix that effect. I think it's only that engine that has that messed up special effect there. Okay. This one's messed up too. It's a little bit too far inside. Yeah, this is a weak little engine, but it is keeping our electric charge charged. And let's just go straight prograde, because we still need to go up quite a bit. And I'm going to set the moon as our target. Oh, by accident, we seem to have taken off in the right direction. Our apoapsis is still within the atmosphere, though, which is not good. This engine might be a little bit too weak. Oh, no. Because we do have to get out of the atmosphere. And our apoapsis right now is climbing more slowly than our speed is. I might want to redesign this rocket yet again. I might have underestimated. I feel like if I got rid of that stage right now, I'd be okay. Boy, that thing just sips the fuel, though. I'm almost at my apoapsis right now, and it's not in space, so we are not going to make it to orbit, no matter how long I burn. I mean, if we pass, yeah, nope, this isn't good. We're not going up. We are now going down. And our apoapsis is actually falling. So we're going to go back to launch. The difficulty of this game is accelerated considerably. I don't normally have to redesign rockets this many times, but it's been a while. Okay, so that engine is twice as powerful. What is this one? This one's 326. Now, this one's 204. Oh, so that won't even give us a positive. So what we really need is a bigger boost at launch. I think that. Oh, what is that? Those are huge. Huge. I mean, this will do it. This is what we need. Because once you're in space, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to accelerate. Oh, where's the... There. Those are almost too big. And if I throttle them down to like 40% to give us... Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's going to take us... That's going to take us where we need to go. Let's do this. Alrighty, here we go. And launch. All right, this is, I mean, these are going to put us way up. Way up. And see, we're going too fast again. We're going too fast, too low in the atmosphere. What's our apoapsis? Our apoapsis is going to be well into space just with these guys. Ooh, 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 ooh. No, 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 don't turn too much. Ooh, oi, 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 oi. Stop it. You're not being helpful. Why are you overcompensating? Yeah, apoapsis is now 80. We are going insanely fast at an insanely low altitude. We could actually end up damaging our spaceship. The our apoapsis is already insanely high, but that's fine. I mean, it'll just save us, make it easier to get to the moon. Let's go ahead and target the moon. Keep an eye on our electric charge. So I just need to basically wait for the moon to get onto my horizon, my artificial horizon there. Right now we're pointed through the planet, so we don't want to do that. But if we fast forward this a little bit, we're not using, oh, you know what? We need to activate one of our little doohickeys and target Kerbin. There we go. Whew. Yep, and we're using up our, so this thing uses up quite a bit of power. We're going to go ahead and transmit that science. And what happens if I just run the engines a little bit right now? Yes, it is recharging. Okay. And I'm just running them a little bit. It's barely changing my not orbit at the moment. Wanted to see if it was going to recharge things. And it is. Boy, those solid boosters made all the difference. I'm going to have way more than enough. Oop, 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 oop. I want to swing around the moon. No, I want to swing in front of the moon. What are you doing here? Well, I do want to, let's see, closest approach. Oops. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, well, I'm just going to have to, no, I'm just going to have to guess it because I was messing around for too long. No planning on this one. Oops. I waited too long. Okay, that's it for that stage. Now we start the very slow process of accelerating with this little tiny engine. Okay, physics warp. We're getting there, we're getting there. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Slow it down a little bit. Here's our closest approach. Now we need to get our apoapsis down. Okay, here's the big question. What happens if I turn this off? Can I turn it back on? If not, I'm just going to crash. Can I put my spaceship into sleep mode? And we will find out when we get to roundabouts here. Yes. Okay. So I can't control anything on my craft except for activation of antennas, which is logical, and I like that. There's too much going on here. I can't see what is my periapsis? 700,000. And what if I slow down? It doesn't really change. What if I speed up? It changes somewhat. This brings me at 105,000. I want it closer, 55,000. Okay. So I just need to go prograde until the periapsis gets down to, whoops, not too fast. Periapsis getting down to, I want to get to low Earth or low Mun orbit, which is like pretty close to the Mun. $53,000, 51, 30. I want to get pretty low. There. We're going to kiss the moon, 15,000 meters. And then we're going to deactivate this. And then we're just going to mosey on in. It's crazy how close together these planets actually are compared to like the moon, at the real moon. Well, that's going to put us in a nearly all messed up orbit. But that's cool. Okay. We are around the moon. Oh, right. We're going to get that mystery go observation. We're going to keep that. And what happens if we can go into orbit, and this will actually save us a lot of delta V in getting back to Kerbin because I messed up my orbit real bad. Real bad. Okay, so we don't need this for the moment. I'm going to slowly fly in to the moon here. Atmospheric. Oh, yeah. Oops. We have no usable comm device. We have to activate this. Transmit all your science. Okay. Are we still? Yeah, we're in space low. Okay. Now I'm burning retrograde to bring myself into orbit around the moon. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. Boy, this is a weak engine. Putter, 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 putter. Well, it does. I mean, it does recharge it a little bit. Oh, no, it doesn't. It does not, because while this is activated, it does not charge it because the engine produces less energy than that antenna uses. Oh, jeepers meepers. Okay, can we get back on the 700 and... Boy, that's going to be cutting it close. I think we can do it. Where is it? Deactivate you. Oof. Okay, I'm going to have to be really careful with how much we use here. Okay, but I'm not using any electric charge. Okay, now I should be able to burn prograde, and yeah, I can. I don't need to. I'm gonna wait till I'm about here, and then I'm gonna burn prograde, and that'll get me back nicely. Okay, let's activate this again. Let's go prograde. You Are you pointing prograde? You are not. Why are you not? I have power. Okay. Is there not range? There should. Hmm. We're having a problem. But I still can't control anything. And I'm rapidly running out of juice. I don't like this. Huh. I'm not. There's nothing. The moon's not between me and. And I should. I don't understand this. No connection to send command on. Why is there no connection? There should be a connection. Are we too far away? No. Well, do we have enough science yet? Did I get enough science? Okay, not sure why I have no connection. I also don't know. 20 million miles. Oh, wait. Okay. Is there not? I thought that there were multiple satellite dishes all over Kerbin. Like, yeah, like you can see Kerbal Space Center. I don't understand. Well, you know what? Let's go back to the Space Center and figure this out. Or not. Maybe I need some communication satellite. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. We need 90. We have 85.8. You know what? I can get this with an airplane. I could probably get it with a cheap little rocket too, just by landing in a different biome. Oh, I can't even build airplanes. I don't really have any airplane parts. Never mind. Okay, cheap little rocket time. All we need is 5 science. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up and go anywhere and collect any science. We don't even need that because I've got magnetometer readings. We're not going to save it. We are going to launch it. And we're just trying to, I don't know, we're going to launch it to somewhere. All I need is a couple of science readings. A couple, just a couple, 5 science. There's got to be another biome. I can just crash it into the mountains, right? I can just land on the mountains. All I got to do is land on the mountains. Yes. Okay, there's mountains. What is that? KSC Mountain. Okay, so we're just going to go west. Yeah, yeah. That's what we're going to do. Is that? I'm assuming that that rocket is. I have electric charge. Hmm. Why aren't you allowing me? You have electric charge. Something's going on here. We have electric charge. Okay, that was weird. All I have to do is go west. Nah, going to revert that flight. We're going to need some guidance pins. I was a bit rushed. And you know what? Just because we can, we're going to put some little tiny boosters on there. And no, not adapters. Where's our aerodynamic surface? Yes. Those are rather large, but okay. Oh, why did I save that? Oops. Didn't mean to save that. I just overwrote that. Ooh. Now I'm sad. I have to rebuild that moonshot one. I should have renamed it my Time Waster 2. All right, going west. I know we're not going to make it into space. That's okay. I need 5 science. That's all I'm asking. Can't really see what I'm doing because it is nighttime, but that's okay. I think even just getting over the mountain will be enough. Yep. All right, flying high over the grasslands. We're out of fuel. We're flying high over the highlands. Parachutes are activating. We're flying high over the mountain. Temperature scan? Ah! Keep it. We're almost there. Almost there. Flying low over the mountains. Oh, yeah. Okay. I guess we've already gotten pressure data from here. But this is great because we're going to land in the mountains. We're going to get some of that mystery goo, which I don't think we have yet. It's a nighttime mission, so maybe you get extra points for doing this at night. And then we're going to have solar panels, and that changes everything because then we can have communication satellites. And then we can communicate with our probes in lunar orbit. And then we can send probes into lunar orbit. That won't use up all their electricity right away. Man, solar panels are so huge. Okay. Wow, the mystery goo observation is only 1.8. I really thought it would be more than that. But you know what? It's enough. It's enough. We now have 93 science, baby. Now let me click on the wrong thing. Okay, here we are. Solar panels. The really junky ones. That gets us nothing. That gets us nothing. That gets us nothing. This gets us a bunch of lights. It gives us a new thermal control system. It gives us inline batteries, which are the best kind of batteries. It gets us all the funky navigation lights, which I love. All right, well, that was mission accomplished. Now we're going back to the moon. I will see you next time.